be two more.
For me?
The Shadow Dragons have a hideout in Docktown. We should check in, see if there's news on the Venatori.
Already?
They work fast, and with that relic case off their hands, they'll work even faster. Meet you in Docktown. Fewer people than I expected. Let's find Asher.
Asher?
The Viper. He prefers to be called Asher in private. Said I could tell you.
Trouble in the Anvalanim. Darkspawn.
But those tunnels are safe passage for...
I know. We've had to close that entrance.
I know Darkspawn. I'll help. No time to waste. Those Darkspawn have to be destroyed before they get out into the city.
If you get through, signal the all clear at the hidden door.
Raining again.
This is troubling. Darkspawn in the city.
And in one of the worst places. The Shadows rely on those tunnels to rescue people.
Odd. Onvolanim is the ancient elven word for womb.
Huh. Interesting.
Found all this myself. Treasure. Don't touch unless you're buying.
The Anvalanim should have an entrance this way. The passage is hidden by a wall carving. Keep an eye out. Venatori. Why are they so close to the shop?
There. Is that the wall carving you mentioned?
That's the one. There's a switch behind the serpent's head on the left.
Got it.
It's dark down here, isn't it?
Ah, yes. There's definitely blight down here. Don't like the sound of that. That did it. We can get through now.
I got flight on me. Let's kill those Shadow Dragon rats.
That's a
so
problem.
I can leave this place. Shadow Dragon, they're down here with us. Get them. Let them run for reinforcements.
Reinforcements. We can't let them reach the Shadow Dragon hideout. Even more Venatori? We have to take out the leaders. Still blocked. There's another boil somewhere.
Our lives are forfeit! Bring it! Nice hit,
Those Darkspawn and Venatori were on the same side.
I know, and I don't like it. Darkspawn usually hate all life. At least that seems to be the last of them.
You sure?
Wouldn't be a warden if I wasn't.
It should be safe for the shadows to use the entrance again.
Let's find it and tell them to open up.
There it is, the hidden entrance back into the shop.
It's Rook. All clear down here.
Nice work. I'll get the door. Good that you're still standing. Best let Asher know.
How did the Venatori find the Shadow Dragon's hideout? Isn't it a secret?
We help the people in Docktown. They know where we are. Someone might have talked about the shop. People spreading rumors, that's easy to handle. But Darkspawn, that's different.
You really saved our skins there, Rook. Those Darkspawn could have destroyed us.
It wasn't just Darkspawn. Venatori were there too, and they weren't fighting each other.
How is that possible? Darkspawn attack all living things.
Darkspawn are blighted, If the gods control the Blight, they might control the Darkspawn.
Let's not jump to conclusions before we have more answers.
If you're looking for answers about the Venatori, I may have a lead. A warehouse on the other side of the city. Lots of cult activity. And some of them were spotted heading towards a shop. Could be a coincidence, or it could be something more.
It's worth a look.
Agreed. Rook?
Let's go.
One day you'll move.
The Viper, or Asher, I suppose. Is he the leader of the Shadow Dragons?
One of them. He made his name freeing slaves and supporting their rebellions. He won't stop until slavery ends in Tevinter.
So the Viper's real name is Asher?
A middle name. He calls himself Viper for first impressions, or so he says.
What do you mean?
Asher just doesn't have the same impact, does it?
Those are Venatori. We're on the right track. Watch out. The Venatori have posted guards.
Locked. There has to be another way in. Someone's mad about their fellow Venatori leaving the rooftop passage open.
Sounds like a way to get inside without being seen.
If they left it open again.
We're not alone. Well, look at that. About to have a problem.
Let's keep moving before more of them come crawling out.
Got it.
Lost Venatori. We must be close. That's all the Venatori guarding the place. Someone conveniently left the rooftop entrance open again.
That sounds like magic, I think. Venatori up to no good, I bet.
They're summoning Darkspawn.
How?
We stop them, then we figure it out.
Venatori and Darkspawn under their control. Next step.
That's all of the Darkspawn and Venatori. Let's search the place and figure out what they were doing. This explains the Darkspawn we keep finding in the catacombs.
At least they don't know where the Shadow Dragons are. Exactly.
This note. Knight Commander Lenos of the Minrathous Templars is being paid off by Venatori.
Damn it.
Look at this. Draining into the tunnels below the city, perhaps.
One more way the Venatori released blight into our tunnels. I'll tell the other shadows.
The gods gave the Venatori a relic they can use to control Darkspawn.
Hey, Rook. Is everything all right in there? Rook, I thought I'd see if you needed help. Did you find anything in there?
The risen gods taught the Venatori how to control Darkspawn. Explains why the hideout was attacked.
We found documents from the Knight Commander. I knew he was crooked. I didn't think he was actually a Venatori.
Let's head back to the shop. We'll discuss things there.
We managed to catch the stragglers fleeing the warehouse.
They'll think twice before coming back here. What else did you find?
The Venatori serve Elganan and Gillinane like we thought. They gave the cult control over Darkspawn.
Great. Sounds like the Venatori are going to be even more trouble.
I think we've only scratched the surface. It will get worse.
How do we know we can even trust you? You're not from here. You don't know Minrathous like we do. And we know as little about you as we do these risen gods you unleashed.
Now, what is it they say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The cult has its hooks deep in the city. Venatori backers sit in the magisterium chambers, and now they wield power given to them by the gods. We'll have to get along if there's any chance of surviving this.
May, what are you doing here? You promised you'd lay low.
Tried it, didn't much care for it.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rook.
There's trouble in Minrathous, Venatori and risen gods. Rook's helping us with it. Mevaris is one of the Shadow Dragon leaders.
Mevaris Talani, formerly Magister Mevaris Talani, at your service.
Wait, formally?
My enemies conspired to have my magisterium seat stripped from me. We can talk about it later, if you want. My concerns feel petty when stacked against risen gods. The Shadow Dragons have a lot to discuss, but you, Rook, are expected at the Swan.
Me? The Cobbled Swan? Why?
The First Warden is here to speak with you.
The First Warden? Let's hope we actually get some help with the Blight.
Come back when you can. I think we'll need your help again.
Have you heard the rumor about a new Venatori spot somewhere uptown?
I know someone in the area who's keeping watch. Find him in the library.
They're telling us to watch out for Darkspawn.
But what if the Darkspawn come back?
I'll stand in the doorway and let you escape.
Really?
Do Templars really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Where were we?
Do Templars really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. Depends on who's bought their loyalty.
What do you do when the authorities can't be trusted to do the right thing?
That's how I keep busy.
Candlehop conspiracy. Messages to no one.
I finished out the list. Good work.
Mona's pale dog's active.
You read the notes on the Circle Row case?
The murdered Magister's aide? Killed with an arrow instead of magic. Hard to get an angle like that.
It is. Where did you take it from?
I don't know the place that well, but there's a tower not far that would get a clean shot. And good cover.
But if you were angry and in a hurry, if the shot were more lucky than planned.
Well, there's that bridge. Wait. Why are you asking me?
got company.
There! Strike now!
Good hit.
We failed the goal!
So, how well do you know the Viper? Because I've heard things.
Oh? What things?
Like, no one really knows who he is.
Is that right?
That maybe he used to be a slave and now fights slavers?
That would make sense.
Or that he's the Archon or a Magister in disguise.
Decent theory.
You know, don't you? You know!
What makes you say that?
You totally know.
I came down here to procure particular items. I'm told Docktown is a...
Rumored resistance group affront. Aspirations of hostile takeover.
I am Jowin Glastrom, First Warden and Supreme Commander of Weishaupt. I received word of your team's request for Grey Warden assistance after an incursion of the Blight at Demeter's Crossing. Explain yourself, Warden. And bear in mind that the Order remembers your past recklessness.
My past... Right. When I disobeyed orders and dropped a building on a darkspawn horde. I see you haven't forgotten.
Your report, Junior Warden.
I was part of a team trying to stop an elven mage named Solus from destroying the Veil. When we disrupted his ritual, something escaped from the Fade, and I clearly sensed the corruption of the Blight.
From this mage, Solus?
No, sir. Solus opposes the Blight. He's actually an elven god, Fen'Harel, the Dreadwolf.
I did not come here to listen to fairy tales. I am here because of the Blight.
We haven't even gotten to the real fairy tale parts yet. When we stopped Solus, 2 elven gods escaped from where he'd imprisoned them. Elganon and Gillenane. And they're not just evil, they're blighted. The point is that the gods are making the Blight worse. Demeter's Crossing was just the start. That's why we need the Grey Wardens.
I suspected more politicking from the remnants of the Inquisition. I see now that I was wrong.
I'm really glad to hear that.
It is clear that whatever you did to unleash the Blight has corrupted your already weak mind.
Okay, wait.
You will be taken to Weishaupt and placed under heavy guard until the danger you caused by unleashing the Blight passes.
No, please, you can't do that.
I assure you, I can.
I don't know how much time we have. The gods are doing something with the Blight. We need to stop them.
Let me tell you something about the Blight. It is evil, it is implacable, and above all, it is predictable. The Blight has not changed in over 1,000 years. The Grey Wardens will defeat it, as they always do. And we will do so without a disgraced junior warden causing needless confusion. I suggest you come along quietly.
Adamant Fortress 941, Dragon. The Grey Wardens attempted to raise an army of demons. Hardly the models of good judgment yourselves, are you?
Everyone knows Warden Commander Clarel acted alone at Adamant Fortress.
Acted alone, you say? Imagine if everyone were to see the letter I discovered where you authorize her actions. I wonder how that might complicate the narrative.
Are you prepared to risk the security of the Grey Wardens for this deluded girl?
You may be surprised to learn that I care very little about the security of the Grey Wardens.
Stay away from the Blight, and do not pester the Grey Wardens with any more of your nonsense.
He seems upset. Was it something I said?
You have blackmail material on the leader of the Grey Wardens just lying around.
Of course not. Where would I obtain something like that?
Oh, you were bluffing. That's actually scarier.
Magister Dorian Parvis, at your service. A mutual friend thought you might require some support.
Maevaris Talani, of the Shadow Dragons.
The very same.
What's your relation to the Shadow Dragons?
About a decade ago, Maevaris and I started a political faction called the Lucerni. We were going to change Tevinter for the better. Everyone would recognize the common sense benefits of our approach, and we'd all live happily ever after.
I take it that didn't happen.
Maevaris was framed, kicked out of the Magisterium, and the Lucerni were dissolved. So she took the movement underground.
The Shadow Dragons.
Since I still haunt the Magisterium, that makes me the Shadow Dragon's man on the inside.
I think we made an enemy of the First Warden today. Well, more you than me. He just thinks I'm a dangerous idiot.
Ha! Enemy? I've ignored greater men. No Grey Warden worth the name sits in a Menrathus lounge sipping wine. You need the Wardens? Look for the ones out there fighting the Blight. In the meantime, the Shadow Dragons will keep a close watch on the Venatori. Good luck. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
Only the veil stood between us and a world of blighted darkness. But on this side, the gods could only tap a trickle. They had to turn that trickle into a flood. They sure could have used Solus's dagger to rip open the Fade. But some foolish mortal had taken it. So, they'd have to create a dagger of their own. Drowning the world in blight was just a matter of time.
I need to talk to Varric.
The Magister in this room. Why?
What's being studied in the...
Demons!
End it quick!
Souls alone as the light left. I was there, less alone.
You're a spirit of compassion.
My own name. But what of theirs? 3 I've found, felled by demon claws, murdered. A connection I cannot see. I have impressions. But if I learn more, answers might unfold. This one. Green against grey stone. Rain, nourish. How she watched it bloom. Find who she was.
We've got a trail. We just need to follow it.
Hortensia. She was a gardener.
Green against grey. In debt, desperate, but still found hope. There are others. I would know more of them.
The Alluvian's working. We're finding help. It's not a bad start. Take it to him!
Well, back to our point.
The Illuvian's working. We're finding help. It's not a bad start.
This started with us failing to finish the last job.
Okay, it's not a bad second start.
Maybe the third will be perfect.
See that? Bad guys.
They cannot be!
A candle hop. They carry messages through the city. Is this for us? Strange. He wants us to find more. Another demon killing. We need to get them away.
Bet they never saw that coming.
The spirit of compassion. And another murder victim.
This one. A roof denied. Eyes skim over. Yet a world smudged in shadow. So beautiful. Find who he was.
We've got a trail. Let's go.
Cat. Were you friends with someone here? Charcoal drawings by someone named Evander.
A world smudged in shadow. He drew Docktown's darkness, but also its light. A faint connection begins to bind them. We must find the third.
Another of those Fen Harel altars. Demons! It looks like another victim.
We need to get this one down. Rook takes credit there.
Compassion?
This one. Curiosity undimmed. Just one more answer. Truth and story beneath the ruins. Find who he was. I will find you then.
I'm sorry Bataris got away.
You win some, you lose some.
Would you like me to get you something? Tea? Cake? Arrow in his temple? Whatever you need.
This message. You're connected to the other Candlehop we met. Property of Marcus, scholar.
Story beneath the ruins. Fear for the future, and yet he continued. For himself and for her. All those I found, I held a hand as the light left.
Do you know something about the murder victims? What connected them?
Each was desperate. Each heard a whisper that tempted them, and each turned away. They defied the one who called them. The demons we saw were merely minions. Too late for these. But now I can watch and protect others. Something larger stirs, calling the desperate. I cannot see what. No, the hope you bring Dogtown thwarts it, and may you continue.
we got company.
You get luck of road. Nice shot.
Making the rest of us look bad, Rook.
Watch behind you.
Good work,
There, another champion.
Trouble scouted.
Only your gods will miss you. Better get this where it's needed.